Unfortunately, I'm going to do a Mandy Rambles slash rant about the Pokemon, announcement we got this morning. Now, what was shown was a MOBA game, and it had Pokemon, obviously, and it's a free-to-play game for your mobile devices and the Switch. So, I have a lot to say about this. First of all, if you know me and my channel, I'm very against mobile gaming and free-to-play model because they're easily exploitable. Now, why I don't like free-to-play model or mobile games is because a lot of mobile games use the free-to-play model, and basically what it means is you could play it for free, download it for free, but there are microtransactions in it, and I think that's a bad practice because people say free to play and it all sounds good, but they end up pouring more money into a game when they could have just paid $60 flat for a game. And I feel like a lot of companies and game developers are getting away with it because they slap on that free to play and people think, it's a free game, which it's not. It's not at all. Depending on the game and the developer. Now, I'll say some free-to-play models are done right, like in Warframe, but others, they just want you to download the app so they could get you into the door, so you're more susceptible to buying the products that they have in the app. Before, you could play games on your phone without really worrying about microtransactions. Like, I remember I used to play Plants vs. Zombies, and I just paid for the game, and that's it. And I played it on my phone. But now everything is free to play, gotchas, and it's just disgusting to see how bad it got on the mobile scene. Obviously that's just my opinion. You can have your own opinions, but I feel very strongly against it because it turned the whole gaming scene into this weird Wild West of free to play games. I went into this announcement thing with low expectations, but I came out with lower expectations. Like, holy moly, I did not think they were going to announce another app, let alone a MOBA style game for your phone and a Switch. That just came out of left field, and I was just like, good God, am I still sleeping? Is this a nightmare? Because damn. So it's very disheartening, but to get my point, I'm gonna have to talk about Pokemon Go. Now, I don't have anything against Pokemon Go. I don't play it, but I have nothing against it. So the reason I bring that up is because that's where I think the shift into perspectives of what Pokemon wants to focus on changed. It went from the games, the animes, Pokemon cards and all that, to now a sudden shift to the mobile devices. Because even though I dislike mobile games and all that stuff, it's still a very lucrative thing because you can make a game that's subpar, put it on a mobile device, and charge people money with microtransactions and get away with it because it's a mobile game. And a lot of companies and developers saw that they didn't have to put as much effort into putting the best in their games. They just had to put something on the phone, put microtransactions, and that's why I think the sudden shift of their games and stuff like that move towards the mobile scene. Now, to bring back Sword and Shield, I feel like that's where it really showed that their priorities are somewhere else. Because ironically enough, the Pokemon games aren't the biggest sellers for the Pokemon company. It's the mobile game scene and merchandise. It shows because they don't put as much resources or give Game Freak as much resources to kind of make a Pokemon game that's large in scale, that's beautiful, that's Breath of the Wild kind of stuff, because they're shifting their priorities to the mobile devices and, gimmicky apps that make you brush your teeth, stuff like that. Other people might say it's their company, whatever, and that's true. I am not Pokemon. No, I am not a developer, publisher, none of that. I'm just a Pokemon fan. So when people say, oh, they did it because of the money, duh, I know that, but I don't agree with that. because I'm not coming at it from a business standpoint. I'm coming at it as a Pokemon fan and what I see. And what I see is that they're just chasing dollars, which I don't blame them, but they already make bank. It's one of the top selling franchises out there. It beats Zelda, it beats Mario, so they make money already. It's just I feel like they're getting really, really greedy and not prioritizing their resources to other things. Yeah, it could be called entitled, but I don't care. I haven't had a good Pokemon game in forever. So excuse me if I'm a little entitled, but I have a brushing teeth simulator, and that's where the problem is. There's not a lot of love in their games anymore. There's not a lot of passion. There's not a lot of anything. I do love the DLC for the games, and I do love Pokemon Snap. And the reason I do love those is because they're games for their consoles. They're for the gamers, they're for the fans, and I love seeing that. And if they put that much emphasis on their actual mainline games, I feel like we could have some beautiful Pokemon game with, you know, lush grass everywhere. When did it get to the point where companies do not care about the products? I feel like nobody addresses this, but a lot of companies don't care about the products, and you could tell. But a lot of companies do, like CG Project Red. They adore Witcher, that's their baby. They do everything they can to make that game the best, even if it's on the Switch. They went above and beyond to make that thing run on the Switch when they didn't have to. And people coming at me saying, oh, but you know, they're a business. Yeah, they're a business, but they don't care about the product. They just care about the money. That's a problem, because you could be a business and care about your product and the integrity of it. Yeah, that's where I am with the whole situation. I guess you could say I didn't like the announcement at all. How did it come to this? So, moral of the story is, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. This is just my opinion. I ain't gonna sit on my high ground and tell you that I am right, because I'm probably wrong to some people. But for me, I just feel like there's a big shift in Pokemon that I really don't see myself getting into. So basically, I think after the last DLC for Sword and Shield, I don't know where the franchise is going, but unless they pull a freaking 360 and reamp their games, I'm not gonna be a fan anymore. I still love Snorlax, and I still love Pokemon and the memories I had with it, but I don't feel like I would be a fan anymore, because I just can't. And again, this is just my opinion. You might think it's the best thing since sliced bread, which is fine. Tell me what you think in the comments down below so we could discuss it. I've excused Pokemon for so long, from the Let's Go's to the mobile apps. I'm like, well, Let's Go is fun, it's for casuals. Or the mobile apps, oh, it's for casuals too. But when does it come a point where it's for the gamers? Now you could say, hey, you know, there's a lot more casuals than gamers, but to that I say, make a game that's for gamers and casuals. That is possible. Zelda's a good example. It's a franchise that is both for casuals and for the gamers. There's a good yin and yang thing going there, especially with Breath of the Wild. But Pokemon, it's either you're casual or you're a diehard fan. There's nothing in between. Anyone in the middle is screwed, basically. Again, I'm not a developer, publisher, marketer, whatever, I'm just a YouTuber who loves games. Anyways, with all that being said, if you like this video, please give me a like, and please leave your thoughts, especially in this video, in the comments down below. I would love to hear them and what you thought about the whole announcement. You could follow me on Twitter at MandyleePlays. Please subscribe if you're not, and as always, play a good game. Bye!